All right. Let's just get back in there. Speed mode, quick draft. Grind these ranks fast. Sauron. Well, the Mouth of Sauron. And Erkenbrand for red-white humans aggro. We could just force black-red every draft and just go for Easterling Vanguard or Warbeast of Gorgoroth. Mount Doom's cool, but you're not going to have a legendary artifact that often, so it's kind of just a pain land. Mount Doom is cool. Accurate. I want to go with the Mouth of Sauron, though. I haven't gotten to actually play a Mouth of Sauron deck yet, I think. Alright, we got Uruk-hai Berserker, we got Saruman's Trickery, we got Deceive the Messenger. These are all great cards for the blue-black control Mouth of Sauron deck. I'm going to go for Saruman's Trickery. I'm just going to go all in. Blue-black Mouth of Sauron control. Soothing of Smeagol's fine, because the Ring Tempts You so much value. Maybe shouldn't be married to the Mouth of Sauron, though, and we take like a Rally at the Hornburg or a Protector of Gondor here as good cards. Could also take Shelob's Ambush. It's been a great combat trick. Take Ambush, I guess. Another Mouth of Sauron, we're doing it. We're doing it. Double Mouth of Sauron. Black Breath is actually alright in these control decks, but you only really want one copy, so I'm going to go for Lash of the Balrog instead. Take the Patrol. Bill Ferny does straight up nothing. Pelargir Survivor is great in these decks. You want to run a ton of instants and sorceries, and this is going to help you cast them sooner. Red is open in this draft pod as well, Erkenbrand. in this quick draft, or Mr. Rental. I think I just called you Erkenbrand. There's an Erkenbrand still in the pack. Pick 7. Desperate Rescue now, because Desperate Rescuing a Mouth of Sauron would be incredible. Warg and Captain of Umbar. I'm not into either of these. I don't think I want to end up playing either of these in this deck, but Warg is slightly stronger. And a Vacuum, Deceive the Messenger is great. Gives us a creature that's also an instant sorcery to help the Mouth of Sauron count. Question now is mill yourself or mill opponent? Mill ourself. Every time. Easy. Self-mill's where it's at. Lorien Revealed. Great card for these controlling decks, because you get to cut some lands for these, and then you get to island cycle with these early, and it fills your instant sorcery count in the graveyard early for your Mouth of Saurons. And if you draw them later, then you just get ahead in card advantage quite a bit, so Lorien Revealed looks awesome for this deck. Another Deceive the Messenger. I could take Saruman the white and wheel the Deceive the Messenger probably, and if it doesn't wheel, then maybe we get the Sam's Desperate Rescue. But Deceive the Messenger should wheel. Yeah, the land cyclers are great. Golem's Bite, great cheap removal. Glorious Scale, nice cheap counter spell. If you counter a legend with this and the Ring Tempts You, then it's incredible. Urbane's good, but I think this deck wants more non-creature creatures like the Torment of Golem to fill up our instant sorcery count. It's a Birthday Escape to grind through our deck really quick. There's a Gandalf that can draw a lot of cards if you have other creatures on board, and there's a Torment of Golem to up the creature count. This is a hard pick. They're all great. I think I'm going to Birthday Escape. Maybe Gandalf. But Birthday Escape to just cycle through our sorceries really quick and fill that grave for Mouth of Sauron feels nice. You're imagining the world where this draft gets 2+ surrounded by orcs? I wish. I love that card so much. Another Deceive the Messenger. Treason of Isengard's also fine for this deck. I might actually take Treason here. Pick up whatever kind of instant or sorcery we need from our graveyard. Nasty End I'm not super excited about. Neither is Arena. It's not even putting it in our deck. Okay, another Deceive. This is going to be a fun one. Going to keep things interesting. Definitely going for a different archetype. Ithilade Knots is great in the decks that are trying to fill their graveyard with instants and sorceries. Watcher in the Water is like unplayable, right? 5 mana, 9/9, but it enters the battlefield tapped with 9 stun counters on it. Whenever you draw a card during an opponent's turn, you create a 1/1 tentacle. Whenever a tentacle you control dies, untap up to 1 Kraken and put a stun counter on up to 1 non-land permanent. So you don't even technically untap the Kraken. You just remove a stun counter from it. Because that's how stun counters work. Just if it would become untapped, instead remove a stun counter. So you make tentacles when you draw cards during your opponent's turn that you can then use to fling stun counters at your opponent's stuff. This thing is never going to untap. You have to get this. You have to get this to untap 9 times for the 9/9. And even just making the first tentacle, yeah, you have to be drawing cards in your opponent's turn. That just seems unplayable. I'm taking Grimane. Nice defensive blocker. Council's Deliberation seems awesome for this kind of deck, but I should probably take another Grimane and turtle up. Claim the Precious, easy peasy. Excellent removal spell. If we can wheel a Grimane or a Glorious Scale, that'd be great. Even Arwen's Gift is solid. Lorien Revealed is perfect. Interested in trying to make it work in Brawl? Yeah, it could be a lot better in Brawl. There are definitely a good amount of cards in the set that are kind of designed for Commander and Brawl and stuff. Quadruple Lorien Revealed? We're going to draw so many cards. It's going to be awesome. Got the Council's Deliberation back. I don't actually think we have enough Scry for this, though, so I should just take Arwen's Gift. Do I have any Scry at all in the first place? I actually don't think I do. I don't know why I was moderately interested in that. I don't. Yeah, we take Arwen's Gift. Or another Treason. I've got 4 Lorien Revealed. Yeah, I'll take another Treason. Arwen's Gift seems a little redundant with Quadruple Lorien, and I can just take this one. I think it's probably for the blue-green archetype, because they've got a lot of creatures that just sit there scrying. I don't know why I'm taking the Tree Folk there. I do like that card. Enraged Horn. Alright, we did it. We drafted in a quick draft, and I did not draft black-red. Or black-white, which are the decks that I draft like every time. Okay, I shouldn't sort by creature, because it's going to lag out the deck builder. Okay, I don't like Nasty End in here. We're not going to have a ton of creatures. I mean, I guess I have 1/1 tokens here and there. Desperate Rescue is like good with the Mouth of Sauron, but the creature count's generally low for returning something at random. Isolations aren't great. Snarling's not great. Saruman actually is good with all these 1s and 2s. That could be fun. Patrol, again, not going to have a lot of expendable stuff. 15 or 14 land deck, yeah. Quadruple Lorien Revealed. Probably 14. If you open a Kraken and 8 Hithlane Knots, maybe you can get the tapper going. I still need to cut a card. Okay, now I'll sort by creature for a second because I don't have to deal with the lag as long. So 3 Deceive the Messenger. 2 Treason of Isengard. I might cut like 1 Treason. Still don't think Treason's that good. It's just playable in this deck. Maybe the Ambush is just not good. Because we're not doing that many. We're not just getting into combat that often. Instant sorcery count? 21? Oh, baby, let's go. So there's 20 instants and sorceries in here, half the deck for Mouth of Sauron. $20 blue cards and 8 black. We're on an even split because I have 4 ways to grab an island and 0 to grab a swamp. That sounds correct to me. That sounds reasonable. Let's do it. Mouth of Sauron. Oh, no. Didn't even spell it right. Let's go. Put this in the Louvre. Yeah, this is just the blue-black version of the blue-red spells deck. It's very true. Mouth of Sauron is the blue-black Gandalf sanction. All right. We're doing our thing. That's a snap keep. Golem's Bite is castable off of our Pelargear Survivor, which is definitely our turn 2 play. Hoping they don't have a Smite the Deathless to blow it up. Oh, come on, I'm trying to double click on the land to get it to play, and it's just jiggling in my hand. Just in an IRL game of Magic, just can't play my cards. Pretty suspicious, I think. They spend mana blowing this up, they don't get to play a 3-drop. And this is a free attack for our opponent, so it's a free bluff. So I'm gonna go for the block here, because it's so easy for them to just bluff 2 damage in there. And that is exactly what they were trying to do. So I can Hithlane Knots a creature, I can Golem's Bite a creature. I can Hithlane Knots a creature, block the other one, and then Golem's Bite in the end step. I guess we got a Golem's Bite right now, because Survivor's not going to block well. Ooh, you know what I could do? We wait until they choose the Ring Bearer, tap the non-Ring Bearer, block and Golem's Bite the Ring Bearer, because the Ring... If I kill this 2/2, then the other one's a 3/3 Ring Bearer, which is slightly worse for me. I guess I should have waited till this resolved, because now they could choose the tapped one as the Ring Bearer. But I guess we're hoping they don't. Okay, cool. They didn't choose the tapped one as the Ring Bearer, so it still works out fine. Now we get to kill a Ring Bearer instead of just one of the two. Torment of Golem still have 1 mana up. Don't do anything with that 1 mana. I probably play Saruman. I can't play Saruman. Pelargear Survivor doesn't tap for creatures. I guess I could play Treason and Knots. If I Treason, I'm just putting a... I could put a Lorien Revealed back on top. And if they don't kill my 1/3, I get to draw 3 pretty soon, which is big. I'm already ahead in card advantage, though. But I do want a Treason plus Knots if I'm not playing Torment of Golem, and I don't think I'm playing Torment of Golem. Could get Golem's Bite instead, but I do think Lorien Revealed is going to be a bit stronger generally. There's nothing I can immediately kill with the Golem's Bite. I can block and kill a Cavalier. But I'm just going to be tapping it for now. Deceive the Messenger. I can Torment of Golem and have a Deceive the Messenger up. Sure. See what they've got in their hand. Oh wow, double Hobbit Sting? We are winning this game. Oh my god, are we winning this game. They have a single 1 damage removal spell in their hand, and we have all this. Could have used Deceive the Messenger to kill the Cavalier, but I'm fine just racing here and getting this thing over with. Stop it for now. You know, I should have used that on attacks. Just taking the 3 damage. I forgot about the Vigilance. Draw 3, let's go. I mean, if our army trades into the Cavalier, that's still okay. Because I'm still going to be 5 cards ahead. Well, not 5, like 4 cards ahead. Because I'll have a survivor and 5 cards, they'll have 2 cards. So 6-2. Alright, they are over it. That was filthy. They did not get to draw into a ton of creatures, but we really had the responses to the cards they did have. Really made that Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin play out very poorly for our opponent. Very good blue-black control nonsense. There we go. That's what we like to see. Now I can even hold up a Golem's Bite. Turn 1. Turn 1 doesn't really matter, but turn 2 it could. They will have 2 mana up. There are several good 2-drops we could kill. Mirror match? They're cycling a Lorien revealed. No, blue-green from our opponent. Now we're holding up a Glorious Gale. I've already got 4 mana. I don't think I need to cycle Lorien Revealed right now. Could Golem's Bite the Watcher. I could try to kill it with a Deceive later also. I'm gonna try to go maximum value. Have the mana up for Deceive and Glorious Gale. See if this works out. Sure does. And that is a legendary, so I can get Ring Tempting Value. Plus it's too big for Golem's Bite to kill. And level 2 Ring Bearer? Birthday Escape, what a draw. What a draw. Draw a card, discard a card every turn. Getting very close to the 5 mana Lorien Revealed. Could put another Lorien Revealed on top of our deck so we can just draw a million, but I'll just hold up Golem's Bite. Play it nice and slow. Elrond, alright. Well, we're gonna Lash of the Balrog that then. I can wait till post-combat because they can't block anyway. See if we draw some other removal spell we want to use, but no. It's fine with me. Chance Met Elves. That gets bigger every time they scry, gets +1/+1 counter, and I don't have my Golem's Bite up, so if it gets bigger immediately, then it'll be safe, but it did not get bigger immediately, and I drew the counterspell for the Elrond that they put back in their hand. So now I can just Golem's Bite it before they can scry at all. I can Glorious Gale the Elrond. And have the mana to Treason right now and have another Glorious Gale set up for later. So they just can't draw into anything. Any creatures to get out of this. Oh, I forgot I have to draw and discard here. I should have done that post-combat because I'm just going to discard this Glorious Gale now. But I guess I hit harder by doing it pre-combat. Okay. Yeah, I'll just discard that. I want to have a draw 3 and a counterspell in hand. Slightly awkward, but I think the sequencing was still okay because we got more damage in by doing it. But it was definitely awkward. Arwen's Gift versus Lorien Revealed. If I hit any land and a counterspell, I can hold it up, but I think I already drew all my counters. Hey, Dunland Crebain. Can be pretty sweet in the future. Willow Wind. I can currently block our army, but we can make the army a 5/5 with either of these cards. I could even just put it all the way up to 7/7 if I want. Ooh, Saruman? I think you've drawn enough cards, mister. This is the police, open up. We've gotten complaints about the amount of cards you're drawing. I can't double spell with Saruman right now, so I think I'm gonna Arwen's Gift and play a 3-drop, because if I hit one more land, then I can play Saruman on a 3-drop next turn and double spell. So let's scry 2, draw 2. Claim the Precious and a Swamp? I don't think I've played a land this turn, so I can go for Claim this turn. And then we have a level 4 Ring Bearer. I have not played a land. Oh my god. The value. I don't need to torment them. They already have 1 card in hand. We'll discard that. They're straight up playing off the top. Alright. Time to make this army completely ridiculous. Look at this. 7/7 army. Level 4 ring bearing 7/7. Oh my god. This is definitely illegal. Police are banging on the door right now. We're 2-0. Some really good first games. This deck rocks. I haven't even gotten to cast a single Mouth of Sauron yet, and that thing would have been absurd in any of these games. Your black-red spells deck also had a game to close out with a 7/7 level 4 Ring Bearer. It is disgusting, the things you can do. Land cycle Lorien revealed if I need to. I don't actually need to with the hand right now. We just hold up Deceive, then hold up Gale. Mouth of Sauron, we get to do the thing. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Okay, now I need to cycle one of these, at least. That'll hold up to counterspell first. That is scary enough. Rakdos Amass is cool. Rakdos Amass is very powerful. Oh, I wish I cycled one of these. I could have held up the Saruman's Trickery this turn. Well, soon. I'm still going to do it main phase and get the island on the board right now. Strider, uh-oh. Oh no, Spaghetti-O. So now I can torment them, or I can hold up Saruman's Trickery and Deceive the Messenger. Well, one or the other. Trickery their next play and cycle Lorien Revealed into play Mouth of Sauron next turn, and then I have a creature big enough that Strider can't attack, and I think that's reasonable. Hey Quad Virgo, how's it going? I think I'm going to Trickery their spell for the turn and land cycle. I mean, it doesn't work great for us if they don't play a spell, but also if they don't play a spell, we're doing fine. I am doing very well. This deck rocks, and I'm having a ton of fun. We went 4-3? Or 5-4 with our first deck, I think? We're 2-0 right now, and this deck is really cool. It's really fun stuff. 4 in the grave already. Mouth of Sauron gives me at least... The army's going to be a 5/5 minimum. And then I can play Saruman the White and Deceive the Messenger in the same turn to double spell and amass 3. Yeah. Am I even racing here? I guess it depends how many instant sorceries I mill. I milled 1, so it's a 6/6. They can have a lot of combat tricks burn spells, because they're going to have all their mana up, so I'd rather be racing, I think, than getting in positions where they can, like, first strike Strider and then smite. And I'm also very okay with Trump blocking with the Mouth of Sauron, because we've got another Mouth in the deck. And it's legendary. Alright, Lorien Revealed is the draw. cast Saruman the White and Deceive the Messenger, then I can cast Lorien Revealed another spell next turn. Full race mode. They crack back for like 8 now. Which is spooky. But maximum race, let's go. Whatever. Amass 3, hit for 9. Boom. The army's gonna one-shot them. We could definitely lose this game, but this is a fun race. Either way. They're green-red, so they can't really kill my 9/9. They can chump it, but they're not going to be able to just destroy target creature. Yeah, they got to play conservatively here. Just attacking with one creature to get their draw and discard. Thanks for the shout-out, Quad Virgo. In the chat earlier there. Alright. Lorien Revealed, draw any 2-mana or less spell, please. Alright. Good stuff. Can force a chump with Strider now. Oh yeah, they did discard a File of Galadriel. I guess they still have 2 cards in hand, so it'll be a little difficult for them to run everything out. Alright, whichever one of these I cast, this is going to be an 11/11 now. I mean, it's already overkill. I guess since it's already overkill, I should just hold up the knots and play it defensively. If I play it offensively, though, I guess Saruman hits them too, but then I could die to some kind of +4/+4 or some kind of burn spell. There was definitely a different line here. We couldn't have hit for lethal, but we could have notched down the Rohirrim, then they have to chump with Strider, and Saruman hits them down to 1. But this is fine too. This is nice and safe. We tap down their Ring Bearer so that they don't get to draw a card and discard a card and see another potential out. Alright, there's a guide. Get to scry 2. Most importantly, that's a chump blocker. Okay, they're moving to combat. We'll tap the Ring Bearer. Scry to the bottom, draw a card. It's an Arwen's Gift. Oh, they're just going for it? Alright, well... I mean, the Orc Army's big enough. We can lose Saruman. We find any removal or a Hithlane knots, they're dead. Scry 2, draw 2 is actually digging 4 cards deep, whereas Lorien is just 3 cards, so we... Arwen's Gift, and we get to see a little bit more, trying to find a way to kill them immediately. Neither of these kill them immediately. Do any of these? Yes. Lash of the Balrog does. Boom! Send in the biggest boy. The 9/9 army. I guess it's not just one big boy, it's a whole army. It's the entire squad. Me and the boys when we've drafted a blue-black control deck. Every game should go like this? Well, they have so far. 3-0. Look at all this. Arena's giving me random prizes without telling me what daily quests I won. 10,000 orcs. Sauron's forces marching in, or Saruman's, I don't know. I don't know Lord of the Rings lore yet. I watched the first movie. I watched the first movie now. Alright, we're a deck that is actually just okay with cycling the Birthday Escape. Especially because level 1 of the ring doesn't really do anything. It's level 2 and above that matter. So, cycle this. And get things rolling. Hey Angrin, how's it going? Drop that Survivor. We can play 2 2-drops next turn. I don't get to hold up Gale for their 2-drop, but hopefully they don't have a great 2-mana creature. Scariest 2-mana creatures I can think of are like Orcish Bowmasters and Moria Marauder, and those are a black spell and a red spell, so I don't think there's any super threatening 2-drop blue creatures. Easterling Vanguard. Alright, 1/3 body is great against that. Now we have a Deceive the Messenger too. Alright, we're chilling. We are simply chilling. That is a legendary, which means I can set up the Survivor to be a level 2 Ring Bearer by countering it. And it's also just straight up a good card. Maybe it was worth it to Deceive the Messenger and then make the army the Ring Bearer. Because having to attack with the Survivor to draw a card, discard a card is kind of rough. Since I like having it up for mana as well. Hello, Mouth of Sauron. You are an incredible draw. Alright, this is fine, because we've got a 1-drop and a 2-drop spell, so we can attack in here. Draw and discard. Probably get rid of one of the Deceives, just have that Lash of the Balrog as a backup. I only need one Deceive right now. We're just going to Deceive an Easterling Vanguard. Send it into the graveyard, where it belongs. Go into the trash bin.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Thanks for the follow, Roofed Doubloon. And welcome to the stream. How's it going, Demore? Well, we killed the Vanguard. They've still got 5 cards in hand. They've got 3 colors. They're full Grixis Bolas style. Their islands don't match their swamps and mountains, and now I'm angry. Oh, they're gonna mill me, are they? You're gonna mill me. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's 3 more instants and sorceries engraved. They're gonna regret that next turn. If I can hit a land, they're gonna regret it this turn. Come on. Come on, land. Come on, land. Come on. Yes, all right. I don't know how big it is, but it's large and juicy. Oh my god. 13-13. Go, army, go. They're at 5 life. I appreciate the mill. I'm down to 17 cards now. I might mill out. Probably not. They're on black, though, so they are a good color pair for killing an army. That doesn't kill our army. That's just a creature. We've got a comically large army, indeed. I only have 1 removal spell. If I draw into another removal spell, they're dead. Or a Hithlane Knots that taps one of their creatures. We definitely have some ways to kill them in one swing. That is not one of them. We... Lash. Force them into a chump, put them to 1. I'd like to torment them to make sure they don't have removal, but if they had removal in hand, they would have used it. So I think I lash without sacking a creature so that I can hit them down to 1 life. Rather than sack a creature so I can play torment as well. Doesn't really matter which one I hit, the other one chumps. Okay, they're scooping it up. Chump and go to 1 is too much. They know what they hit off of their scry if they kept one of them, which was probably like 1 removal spell. They can kill the army now, but then they die to a 1-power ring bearer. Alright, just make your army the ring bearer and give their creatures +11/+11. That's the way to sneak right in there. Just gotta buff their creatures a little bit. Just slap a Colossus Hammer on those things. Alright, I do not have a black source. But Survivor works for the black spells. Just doesn't work for black creatures if we draw on any of those. Again, I'm going to be cycling Birthday Escape turn 1, because level 1 of the ring does not matter too much, and we like cycling our instants and sorceries quick to get them in the graveyard. I don't know who's on the play here. I'm assuming we're still waiting for them to mulligan. What are these sleeves? I do not recognize this card at all. Okay, they keep. Now the hand's perfect. We just immediately draw the swamp. So even if they kill our Pelargir Survivor, we are golden. They are on red, so they could smite the Survivor. Four mana. Scry 2, draw 2. I am greedy. I'm going to keep all these draw 3 spells. We're going to have so many cards. They're red-white. They didn't manage to play anything until turn 3, so we're already at a great start. Because the big advantage they're going to have is the level of aggression that they can hit us with early. The big advantage we're going to have is if the game goes long, we're going to have so many more cards than them. And the game is already veering in our direction. Because they had a slow start. I'm very into this. Now we can just lash the Theoden, so they don't get any double strike swings in. Don't need to immediately draw my 3 cards. Next turn I can draw 3 and still have a Golem's Bite up. Ooh, Naya. Red, white, and green. Where's the blue? Where's the red, white, and blue? Tomorrow's the 4th of July. What are you doing? Team America. Strider is kind of spooky. Rain doesn't really help block it at all, so I'm just going to draw 3 and go from there. Alright, we can Treason of Isengard back our Lash of the Balrog and kill it with that later. Take a little bit of damage off of it first. Or I could just make a really big army. We already have a Amass 6 in our hand. Try to block the Strider with all that. It's going to be a 5/5 first strike on attacks, so a 6/6 would do it. Swarming of Moria. They get a 2/2 army and a treasure. Grishnak. Make the army a 4/4 steal the Survivor till end of turn. I could Golem's Bite, and then their army's just going to be a 2/2. They still steal the Survivor till end of turn. But then their army's smaller in the future. Could also Golem's Bite the Grishnak and let them keep a 4/4. I think I'd rather lower the number of creatures they have than lower the size of their creatures. So I'm going to lower the quantity by permanently killing this rather than just making that a 2/2 instead of a 4/4. This way they have 2 creatures instead of 3. And if I go wide with Crebain style stuff, we can find plenty of chumps. Which is where I believe I'm at. Crebain plus Treason, picking up a removal spell. We've got a 4/4 to trade into their 4/4. Strider does its thing. I guess I can chump Strider with the Crebain. Yeah, chump Strider. Trade 4/4s. If they can play 2 lands this turn, then I do not have any good blocks. But they need some kind of spell to do that. Okay, we're doing great. I think. I guess they still have an opportunity to play a trick. They do not have a trick. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana if I play this land, which is still not enough to play Lash and anything else. I can Torment and sack the creature to the Lash, and then I can see what's going on in their hand, but then I lose out on an army. Which is probably fine, because again, I'm going to have the card advantage lead. Just go for the most impactful immediate plays to make sure we can make the game take as long as possible. They've got a Smite. Sure. I can't Lash in response. Okay, it's just a mountain in their hand. Cool. So, a 2-3 versus 6 cards worth of card draw. I think we're doing okay. Alright. This is the deck I drafted. I don't know what I expected there. Counterspell and another draw 3. Okay, we're going to say no to Erkenbrand. There's a Deceive the Messenger, which is a block for a turn. Draw 3. Another Deceive. Can make a 2-2. We've got another Counterspell. Have I had any of my Mouth of Sauron yet? No. If I draw one of my 2 Mouth of Sauron, that is going to be so big. But also I need to make sure I don't completely mill myself, but I shouldn't completely mill myself with it. Saruman's Trickery. Another Counterspell. Down to 10 cards. Where's the mouths? Where are my mouths? How am I supposed to eat? Okay. We're chilling. Just keep Knotsing their Spearmaster, I guess. Is there a spell that's particularly great here? I mean, another removal spell is fine, but I'm about to draw 5,000 cards. But I think I'd rather hold up Trickery first. We just play Trickery and Knots for a turn. Start chipping at them. Scry 1, draw. If it's not a Mouth of Sauron, it's going on the bottom. My man of my word, get out of here, Claim the Precious. Saruman the White is definitely a thing with this hand. They're just gonna pass. Both of my Mouth of Saurons are in the bottom 6. This is okay, we can win the game with Saruman. Play Trickery and Hithlane Knots next turn. That's my double spell. Blighted Halfling, that is a 1-2 that does not do anything else. Guess we let it resolve. I guess their legendaries can't be countered if they use that mana on them. Okay, maybe I should have countered that. I forgot about that bonus effect. I was just like, it's a mana dork, it's whatever. Guy in Shades, thanks for the follow. Apologies if it doesn't pop up. Sometimes it's kind of dumb. It does block, that is true. Let's cast 2 spells. There's a Mouth of Sauron. I'm down to 7 cards in my deck. So, if I could find a way to kill the halfling, I pretty much one-shot them, right? I have 11 mana. 5 mana for Mouth leaves me with 6 mana to do other things. I can spend 3 mana on Treason to put whatever I want back on top. Yeah, if I countered it, I would have just killed them here with Mouth of Sauron. That was rough. Well, because I have Treason of Isengard, I'm not going to mill myself entirely with this. I'm just going to do it. I can't resist. I cannot resist. If this is going to be like a 20-20 or something. Yeah. It's going to be a 21-21. I'm holding. It's going to be a 23-23, actually. And I'm holding up a counterspell, redrawing a... redrawing a removal spell. And they can't kill my 23-23 because they need 2 removal spells that can kill any creature to do it. You can Treason a Treason to stop the milling out? Ooh. Do I have 2 Treasons in this deck? I don't remember if I put both in here. I think I only have 1 in this deck. That might be interesting to consider, but I mean, we're winning these games well before we're going to mill out every time anyway. Oh, I just missed lethal because I looked away for a second. Whoops. Should not have looked away. Okay, I'll keep the lash so that I don't lethal. Oh, there was a second in my graveyard. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll consider that in the future then. Just got a little distracted reading through chat real quick. Flamesmith. Counter it. Still have Lash for another creature. Even if they kill this, I kill them. Win the game with 0 cards in library? See, it was all just to be fancy. Just win the game with the 0 card library. I purposely missed lethal like 2 turns in a row. I swear. I promise. I would never punt. I would never misplay. Who does that? We are, what, 5-0? 4-0? We're 5-0. This deck rocks. This is the greatest. Magic Arena announcements are yelling at me right now. My inbox is bright as the sun. Trying to blind me. You need to look at the announcements. They're going to say the same thing that they said last week. It's one of our most awkward hands, because the Kerbane, but I'm still going to keep it. Uh-oh. Our opponent played a 1-drop. I don't think any of our other opponents have played a 1-drop. Yeah, 1-drop, 2-drop. That's how to beat this deck. Just curve out. I am in fear now. My opponent has a curve? Cheating. Absolutely OP. Completely cheating. That's just not allowed. Well, Kerbane trades into the whole board. Okay, it doesn't trade into an Erkenbrand, but it kills the rest of the board. We can just hang out with Erkenbrand. Erkenbrand's going to be devastating if they have rallies at the Hornburg. Nothing to put on... I could put a Glory Scale on top of Treason, but... doesn't even give me a big enough creature to block Erkenbrand anyway, so I'm just going to drop Survivor for mana. Quarrel's End. Okay, that's also pretty good with Erkenbrand. Not as good as Rally at the Hornburg, but strong. Okay. Yeah. That's bad. I gotta like draw into a Claim the Precious for this Erkenbrand or something. This game is over. Oh my god. I guess I can't even cast Claim the Precious. Yep. Erkenbrand, triple human with haste. I think that's going to tarnish our undefeated record. There's a Mouth of Sauron. He tried. He tried this time. Tried to show up on time. I don't think it was possible this game. Alright. Super nasty red-white humans curve there. 5-1 now, heading into game 7. F's in the chat, F to pay respects. We got humans doubt. That was particularly gross too, because like imagine we didn't have early interaction. They had Theoden into Erkenbrand. They had Theoden into Erkenbrand into triple human. That was a super scary curve. Humans 1, Orcs 0? Well, if you count our earlier games, I think we played against Red-White at least one more time, so it's 1-1, humans versus Orcs. I guess it was Red-White Green, so I guess that might not count. This is not keepable. One land gets us Dunland Kerbanes, which are great blockers. We have 10 blue sources. We have 11 blue sources. We have 7 islands and 4 Lorien revealed. Oh, I am relying on Dunland Kerbanes here, but a 1-1 and a 2-2 is pretty big on blocks. Okay. Never didn't have it. What line of work are you in outside of content creation? Just very basic entry-level work. I work retail mostly as an overnight stalker, but I work seasonally now. So right now, I only do content creation, but in back to school season, I'm gonna be an overnight stalker again. Yeah, Lorien Revealed is just always in the hand. Theoden. Speaking of things that are always in the hand. Theoden back at it again. Ah, the turn before I draw my Gloria Scale. I'd like to hold up a Gloria Scale. That would mean I can only play 2 mana worth of cards here, so I play a Birthday Escape and hold up Gale. Because Kerbane's just not blocking Theoden super well if they give it double strike. Anyway. Yeah, if they don't give Theoden double strike, we block with a 1-3. If they play a good human, we counter. There we go. I guess I don't get to block now, because I had to tap Survivor to counter it. Torment of Golem. That is very, very tempting. I'm going to do that to make sure they don't have any Rally at the Hornburgs or anything super gross. They have an Oliphant and an Eagles. They have 2 6-mana cards. Neither of which I'm particularly scared of. I guess Oliphant is slightly... I guess Eagles is slightly scarier, because I can have a 4-4 on the ground with some armies to block Oliphant. And Eagles has immediate impact when it hits the board. The Oliphant doesn't have impact until it attacks. I can double block and kill Theoden. Is that better than drawing a card, discarding a card right now? I don't think so. I'm going to spend a couple life points to draw and discard. There we go. Claim the Precious, and now we can use that on the Elephant. Even use it on Theoden, then treason it back to the top. Might get rid of... difficult decisions. I get rid of the Arwen's Gift. I have a lot of draw spells in this deck, and if I need to try to come ahead and card advantage, we can treason into the draw spell. I can't treason back a Kerbane if I need more board presence. Shadowfax off the top. That is a considerably good draw. Okay, 6 mana. We can play Claim the Precious and a Kerbane, so I have a 4-4 against Theoden. And I don't have to deal with Shadowfax, but then I still need to deal with an Oliphant. I think this is fine. And then I can make the Kerbane the Ring Bearer so I can attack while still tapping the Survivor for mana. Take 2 damage on the Crackback? Yeah, let's push in for some damage here. Take 2 on the Crackback. Glorious Gale. Turn too late. Treason plus Kerbane means our army is absolutely massive, and if they don't have removal, they're having a bad time. We pick up the Claim the Precious so we can kill one of the creatures and have a level 4 Ring Bearer, which will be nasty. Errand Rider of Gondor is a very good draw. Gives a creature double strike and draws a card. Okay, that's actually disgusting. Okay, so our 8/8 trades into Oliphant. If they hit another human, we might just die. So this is... we get trampled over for an amount of damage that is large. 6, 1, 2, we take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if I block like this. Kerbane is straight up just stopping 1 point of damage, so I don't think I'm blocking with Kerbane. That was really bad. Guess I probably should have held up Gale in case specifically they drew a human. Now I can claim and hold up Gale, which is very good. Try to play it as safe as possible from here. We kill them in like 2 more attacks. 4 damage a turn. Guess that's 3 attacks if I don't draw on anything. Okay, counter that. Okay, I'll trade a bird for the 3/2. Or a survivor. Okay. Golem's Bite plays around a haste creature unless it's another Shadowfax, unless it's a 4/4 haste or better. If they just play like a rally or something, Golem's Bite survives. And we kill them in 2 attacks by attacking now, so I think I attack now. That's so tempting, but I'm going to discard Lorien Reveal, just hold on to Golem's Bite. Golem's Bite protects us from a haste creature, and we kill them next turn. Okay, Spearmaster has reach, so... Oh no. Okay, if they ever equip an attack with Anduril, then we're dead. But we are putting them in a position where they have to block. So force them to block, then Golem's Bite and hold up a Deceive the Messenger against a haste creature. They have to block Kerbane to not just die. And then we can Golem's Bite the Spearmaster so they have nothing to put Anduril on. Now if they draw a haste creature, we just lose, though. If it's a cheap enough haste creature, because they can play a haste creature and equip it with this thing, and get 2 1/1s that are tapped and attacking. If they have a legendary haste creature, okay, so it still has to be like exactly Shadowfax. Legendary haste creature that they can equip with the sword and then get 2 tapped attacking flyers. Alright, that was closer than it needed to be. I think I should have held on to a counterspell against them drawing into a human, because I kind of forgot Theoden can give anything double strike, not just humans, so giving the gigantic trampling elephant double strike was something I should have been a little bit more concerned about. We took an extra like 8 to 10 damage that game that I don't think we needed to take. Made the rest of the game much sketchier, but deck still worked out great. I think the deck is just excellent, and we are 6-1 now, getting carried by the power level of our spells. Alright, we've got the Lorien revealed, we've got an island. I do need another one for Saruman's Trickery. Playing against a black deck, we've got turn 2 Gale. And we drew into the blue source for Saruman's Trickery. So now I've got all the counters. Gale the Kingfisher, save Trickery for something that Gale couldn't counter, potentially. Arwen's Gift and give them a turn to play spells. I think that's fine. Kerbane and a land are fine draws. Sure. Land for turn and a nice flying dork. There's their own Kerbane. Probably Kerbane, hold up double Deceive. But a single copy of Deceive is going to kill their whole Kerbane without us losing anything if they attack with both. Because we can -3/-0 the flyer and make the army a 3/3. So our 3/3 beats their 2/2, our 1/1 beats their 0/1. But they can have spells here, they've got all their mana up. Bill Fernie, 2 mana 2/1 with terrible abilities. Sorry, Bill. Okay, now I can play another Kerbane and hold up Saruman's Trickery, or double Deceive the Messenger. I would be pretty okay with the 1/1 flyer trading for their 1/1 flyer, so I'm not going to deceive if they block. Unless they try to deceive, I guess. Okay. Trade is a trade. Color Gear Survivor. That could start milling us over and over, but I think we're chill with that. Nothing really to Treason of Isengard. I guess I could Treason the Lorien revealed, and then they have to mill it so we don't get to draw 3 next turn. Seems fine. They just spend all 6 mana, don't affect the board at all next turn if they want to stop us from drawing that. I'm just racing here. I don't think Kerbane's really helping me block. Ooh. Yeah, that's gross enough. Let's trickery that. Chump block, and it goes to their turn. Well, we got. I guess we lose. Trickered the removal spell, and now Witch King of Angmar. Get indestructible at instant speed for free. If we even damage them, we have to sack our creature. And the ring tempts them. Okay. I mean, maybe I can draw into a bunch of Hithlane knots or something after we make our Orc Army like a 2020. That would be the best bet. Get the Orc Army big enough to one-shot them and then somehow get them to where they have no blockers up. Could start deceiving, but this changing from a 7/7 to like a 9/9 doesn't really do anything. Bounce their own creatures. That's basically just a vigilant flyer if it hits us. Okay. Can't kill the Witch King. I can make them discard a card from their hand to make it indestructible. I can kill Meneldur, so I think I will. Holding on to a Golem's Bite. I don't have more than one copy of Golem's Bite. If I did, giving this -3/-3 would kill it. This is my only minus spell in the deck. Yeah. I guess I could Golem's Bite just to make them discard a card for the Witch King in the future. Let's boot Meneldur. Ring-bearing Kerbane, but it doesn't draw me cards yet. And it dies if it hits them. So we just pass from there. Again, we're playing this for like our 1% chance at victory, but we need to be playing in a way to potentially set up a 19/19 Orc, I think. I think I just hold on to Golem's Bite. Just stop some damage for the turn. I guess it's a little more damage to just do them one at a time. If I stack 2 of them up, I'm preventing 5 damage with 2 copies instead of 6 damage with 2 copies. There's our own Pelargir Survivor if we want to mill them. But we're going to mill out first. Pretty much guaranteed. So, if I hit them with 2 creatures in one combat, I only have to sacrifice 1 of them. So if I can hit them with my Kerbane and my Orc Army, then I can get 2 swings in with the Orc Army. It's another thing to consider. Two swings of the Orc Army is enough to kill them now. Hit them for 9, then hit them for 10. So I think I will attack with Kerbane and the Orc Army, and they actually have to consider chumping. Treason of Isengard. Or to draw 3 back again. Okay, well, let's just get my attack in here that they have to consider trumping. They are going to chump. Means Crebain is dead. But I do kill one of their creatures. I'm going to try to ambush. Tempted to deceive here, but if I hold on to deceive, it's a way to get an extra 1 damage out of nowhere, which I suppose doesn't matter, because this is already going to kill him in 2 swings, because I'm about to give it +2/+2, so I should deceive first on this. Goodbye, Crebain. I guess Claim is scary enough to get them to just main phase mill. All we're really doing with our return here is just getting them to mill. And have no mana untapped during our turn. So at 21, as I said before, they're already just dying in 2 swings to the army. Even with the food. We're dying in 2 more swings from the Witch King because we can Golem's Bite on 1 swing. I don't think I'm going to have a way to get the army to attack twice now, though. Okay, they're going to mill the Claim. So they're going to be tapped out. 1 blocker up. So... can't quite get there if I draw Mouth of Sauron, but that'd be like the closest. Oh no, they milled my mouth. I've still got 1 more. Torment of Golem. They have a Stern Scolding, that's all. I have no outs now, right? If I draw like an absolute champion, maybe I do. Have I milled any Hithlane Knots? I have. I was gonna say, maybe if they attack with Witch King and I nullify it, and then I draw into Hithlane Knots, Mouth of Sauron, I kill them. I mean, that's basically it. I need to just chain perfect draws together. I don't know if I have perfect draws to chain together at this point, because I only have 1 Knots left, but might as well try to, because it's the only way. That's not going to do it. I could still draw into a Hithlane Knots when I go into combat, but I don't have enough instant speed Amass to kill them after I do that. Oh, and this can just untap their other creature anyway. Well, then we definitely weren't going to do it. We would have hit a Mouth of Sauron one turn from now. Okay. So all we could have done was maybe have the counterspell up for Witch King of Angmar, but that was it. Still played it out best as I could. Witch King of Angmar is just unstoppable if it resolves. And it resolved. Six and 2. 1 win away from 7 wins. I would really like to. I think this deck can absolutely do it. Our only losses were to some pretty unstoppable stuff. Red-White Aggro, Dream Curve, and Witch King of Angmar. Sodelian. Interesting name. We are on the play. No black source, but I have Pelargir Survivor, which means I can play my black spells, just not my black creatures. Super into the hand. Arwen's Gift plus Lorien Revealed means we're going to go very far ahead in card advantage later. I might even just cycle the Lorien Revealed early. I think I should. It's a 2-lander. Saruman the white, so now we have a 5-drop as well. Playing against red-white, they didn't play any creatures turn 1 or turn 2, which is excellent for us. Scry 2 and draw 2. Don't like treason much here. I like the land for Saruman, but I really want a swamp, ideally, so I'm still going to scry it away, which is a bit greedy. But we're looking for swamps. We did not find any lands. Still, very strong hand. There's an Eowyn. We definitely can't kill because they can put a blade on her and she's a 4/4. 4/4 first strike or 4/4 vigilance, whatever they need to do. Oh, that's free with Eowyn on board? Oh yeah, Eowyn makes the equip effects cost 1 less and this only costs 1 to equip to humans? She's a 4/5, not even a 4/4. Oh my god. Okay, well, Hithlade Knots are going to put in some work here. Buying us some time to draw into the mana we're looking for. So I have 5 mana up. I can cast 2 copies of Hithlade Knots and a Golem's Bite. I don't think I need to cycle Lorien Revealed immediately. I might end up doing it during their end step, depending on what we need to cast. If I hit a land, then next turn I can play Saruman the White off of our lands and cast a 1-mana spell off of Pelargir Survivor and Amass 2 when I cast the spell, so if we don't have to cast both copies of Hithlade Knots, I think I should probably cycle Lorien Revealed to guarantee I can Saruman and double spell. Unless they kill Pelargir Survivor, then we gotta rethink things. They keep looking at it like they want to kill it. Okay, I'm going to let the ability resolve, but then I'm going to tap that down. Okay, there's the land. If they don't kill Survivor, we get to play Saruman and hold up a 1-drop spell. Then if they kill Survivor, we still get to just play the 4/4. Okay, I don't have a counter spell in hand here, so that's gonna be bad, but that is gonna resolve. Don't think I want to cast anything in response to that. We're just gonna go Saruman Saruman Golem's Bite or Saruman Deceive next turn. Probably Golem's Bite the token. Amass an army at instant speed. Oh wait, no, it has to be during my turn, so I have to do it main phase. I could cast 2 spells during their turn, but obviously not the turn I play Saruman. Okay, so... play Saruman. And yeah, Deceive is so much worse right now, so we just kill the token and get an army. Next turn it's going to be like Trickery plus Knots. Trickery plus Deceive, Knots plus Deceive. There's Ward 2, so they have to spend 2 extra mana to target it with removal. We're still at 20 life, thanks to our Hithlane Knots early, so we can take a little bit of damage on this turn to set up for really good blocks next turn. By the end of today's stream, I'm just going to be hearing this music just while I sleep. It will never go away. Alright, Fog's bad, but at least we still get Saruman's ability. Takes 7. Okay, and we're casting 2 spells during our opponent's turn now. We cannot let a Theoden resolve. Trickery the Theoden. We can make our army a 6/6 from Saruman plus Deceive the Messenger. So I think that is the plan. Don't play anything here, let them go to combat if they want to. Our opponent has to heavily consider just not attacking here. Rally at the Hornbird might get them to send in, which would be good for us. I want to read Saruman again, but I don't want to highlight Saruman and have it affect how they choose to attack here. I'm waiting until they declare their attack, and then I'm just going to double check and make sure that it's Amass 2. They've got 1 red mana up, which is enough for the +1/+0 first strike trick and basically nothing else, so I don't think we really need to play around anything on this block. Okay, this is going to be awesome. When you cast your second spell each turn, amass Orcs 2. Amass 2 +1 is 3. This is a 6/6 blocking Eowyn. We take no damage from Protector of Gondor. Alright, absolutely filthy. There we go. Take no damage and kill Eowyn. And now we've got a 6/6 that they cannot really attack through. And I've got the mana to just draw 3 this turn and still have my Hithlane Knots up. Another Deceive the Messenger. So I could Knots plus Deceive and make the army completely ridiculous again. Probably push them into the chump zone here It's a little risky. But like next turn, right, I'm going to Knots the Protector. I'm going to Deceive the 3-power creature, and I'm just going to kill a 1/1 for free. And the army gets 2 bigger. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm not killing anything for free anymore. They lost the 1/1 already. They're going to combat. Tap the 3/2, scry 1, draw a card. Drawn to a Mouth of Sauron? That's gotta be getting close to one-shot lethal. Here's Deceive. Now our army's massive and we take no damage. We have 1, 2, everything in our graveyards. We have 9 instants and sorceries in graveyard, so we make this an 18-18 minimum. And then we play Dunlin Crebain and kill them in 1 hit if they don't have instant speed removal. Mouth of Sauron! It's a 2020 already! I guess I just hold on to the Crebain just in case. We'll get a new army if they kill this one. We dealt damage to them 1 time that game. And it was for exactly 20. I love this deck so much. Oh my god. 7-2. What a beautiful draft. Alright. We did get 2 losses in there. But again, I think those were super fair losses. Our opponents had some great decks, some great curves, played it out well. I think almost any deck in the format's going to lose those 2 games. A very good curve from the Red-White Humans aggro deck, and some really scary stuff from the Witch King of Angmar. But every other game, we just popped off. So here's another look at the deck. If you want to draft this kind of deck, the reason to get into the archetype, the reason I went for it, is the Mouth of Sauron. You plan to play a ton of instants and sorceries that amass orcs. That way you still have a decent creature count because you have plenty of instants and sorceries that are making an army. So those kind of count as creatures. And you have a super high instant sorcery count, so you can mill yourself with the Mouth of Sauron and use that as an incredible finisher. So tons of Deceive the Messenger style little tricks and removal spell creatures, counter spell creature with Saruman's Trickery, Torment of Gollum for discard plus creature. You want a good amount of card draw. Lorien Revealed is the perfect one because you can island cycle it early to get a sorcery in your grave, and you can cast it later for a massive draw 3. And you want some good control pieces like removal spells like Claim the Precious, Lash of the Balrog, Golem's Bite, counter spells like Glorious Gale, Saruman's Trickery. Really nice stuff from the blue-black Amass control deck. Achievement unlocked. Yeah, that was pretty gross. That was pretty gross. That was a super fun draft.